OT yet.
It was OT.
Not OT.
No.
Did you watch it?
Oh! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network. It's your host, Robbie J, with my co-host, TyBerg.
What up? What up?
A.K.A. Ty Boogie. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me, cheers to you, and all the Rumboys and girls what it do.
You already know.
Just want to first make sure that I thank you all for joining us on this wonderful Valentine's Day evening. We're recording this pre-Valentine's Day.
It's close enough.
Yeah, close enough. So happy Valentine's Day, because we appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Thank you guys for joining us. Want to shout out my missus really quick, my beautiful, beautiful wife. Sean, thank you for supporting me.
Of course. Shout out my girlfriend Jordan as well. We couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, that's why we're doing it. So
thank you,
shout
ladies.
you guys out. Everyone else's significant others.
Yep. Make sure you guys show them love every day, not just today.
But especially tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Today, tomorrow, whatever. Gotta make sure you guys check out Thrive Fantasy app. Make sure you guys also, with that, we're going to switch this one up. Send us you guys' usernames once you guys download the app. Thrive is actually going to be giving away a shirt if you pick 10 props in a row. Perfect. So if you get a perfect parlay card, hashtag prop up, Thrive is going to send you a t-shirt as well.
Easier than you think.
Most certainly. So make sure you guys send us your usernames so that we can, get you guys entered into that drawing. Make sure you guys check out TixBlitz.com. Opening day is coming up. Plan a nice family outing. Get those tickets. 5% off when you use the promo code Rumboyz, all caps. And then one more final shout out. Okay, we had a huge media day. As usual, Twitter went crazy, so I gotta shout out Overtime Heroics. I gotta shout out Polly Sleeper, BZB. Some of these guys have even shown interest in even coming on to the Rumboyz show. Doing some interviews and even writing for us when the site gets kicked off.
Yes,
so
sir.
I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, we got a spot for you guys. Thank you guys for showing us love. Without further ado, man, I think there was like some craziness. I think it was a little crazy in a way how this happened. Joe Flacco leaving Baltimore Ravens to come to the Denver Broncos, to come here to play.
It's just good to hear some NFL news. I thought we were done. I mean, I went into hibernation mode, so.
Oh, we definitely weren't done because the AAF kicked off. My wife was pissed about that. She came home. She's like, what the hell? So guys, definitely check that out. But in NFL news, like you said, man, well, good to hear it. Flacco coming to Denver. What's your take on this, Ty?
Well, I guess I'll start with it's talked about. I mean, it's about as official as it's going to get, but they can't technically send Flacco to Denver yet until March 13th. That's going to be the official flip over of next year's NFL season.
The league's new year.
So, as long as nothing happens, it looks like Flacco is going, but I don't really know how I feel about it. From a Ravens perspective, they're awesome. They're smart. Way to take your chance and go with your young guy since he has been doing well for you. For the Broncos, what the hell?
This is first off, Joe Flacco is probably the most average.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. He's a Super Bowl MVP. He's not average.
He's average. He's average at best.
Who's the best Ravens receiver you've heard of in the last 5 years? Thank you. All right. So since he hasn't had receivers or anyone to throw to, he's had a hurt running back or a hurt offensive line, or he's been in trouble. The Ravens have not been good the last couple of years. They've had problems injury-wise, offensive-wise. Flacco just needs a new place.
Ladies and gentlemen, I actually have a stat for you guys. Have some stats for you. It should be popping up. If you guys take a look here, over the last 4 to 5 seasons, they had the exact Case Keenum and Joe Flacco have the exact same stats.
Okay, you just said over the last 4 or 5 years. Tell me Case Keenum hasn't had Thielen, Diggs, I mean, Latavius Murray's even a better running back than half the Ravens backs I can think of.
Guys actually want to play.
Keenum had offense. Gus Edwards had something.
Gus Edwards was a fantasy beast towards the end of the season last year. He was a guy that you could have had. He was pretty nice.
But can you say that Joe Flacco got to use him?
No. Lamar Jackson was in that offense. Lamar Jackson was in that offense. Point being, Joe Flacco is mediocre at best. I don't think that this move helps.
He's not mediocre.
Bro, John Elway
I agree that John Elway should have probably just drafted a quarterback or went a different whatever. He should have went a different direction. But again, no one can give Flacco credit because with a defense that was stout and a couple decent offensive weapons, he won a Super Bowl. MVP.
Ray Lewis won that Super Bowl.
And then everybody started leaving. Ray Lewis retired. Yes, Terrell Suggs has been hurt and had his problems.
Yeah.
Their defense has not been up to point. Eric Weddle left. I mean, or just got the... And it just... There's been pieces going back and forth. It's never been the same Ravens team.
Do the Broncos improve with this?
No.
Hell no.
Only because they're putting Flacco back in the same situation. They shipped both his receivers out. Phillip Lindsay is beautiful. I will give him that, and he is a good running back, but they got to give him receivers.
I mean, Sanders will come back healthy after the surgery during the offseason.
You cannot have him be your number one receiver.
I mean, they got Hamilton. I mean, you know, they got some guys. I mean, subpar at best is what that receiver core is, just to be completely honest. I'm not even going to try and soften the blow for you on this one, Denver.
So again, I didn't think Case Keenum was worth the money when he got here. I thought he had the receivers. That's why he did what he did. He's clearly not worth the money. Joe Flacco might be worth it, but he doesn't have anything to throw to.
I feel like
he's got the defense he had when he won the Super Bowl. He's got the same type of defense, a championship defense. He has no offense.
I feel like, you know, the front office, they pretty much you got exactly what you got before out of Case Keenum. They're gonna pretty much be the same team. That defense is getting a little bit older on that Broncos side. This is actually a perfect way to segue into this. I actually read this on Twitter. Someone had a take of...
Dude, you're ridiculous. That defense is going to be so good next year.
I mean, yeah, because, Bradley Chubb is still young. Von Miller's still doing the same thing, but they are getting older. They are getting a little bit more up there in age. You know, I mean, it just age takes place. You know, we saw what happened to that Seattle defense over time. They weren't the same. You know, they're not the same. That Seattle defense isn't the same defense as the old Legion of Boom. You know, same thing with this Broncos defense. They're eventually going to deteriorate. But
they just got the number one defensive coordinator as their head coach this year.
Yep, Fangio. Which kind of brings me, you know, to like I said, I read this on Twitter today. And you know,
the defense will be fine. Joe Flacco's got to get it together.
We'll see.
Bottom line.
We'll see. Now with the move of Denver now obtaining Flacco, do you think that this is Elway's kind of way of? I read this, like I said on Twitter today, that they're going to try and go after Tonio Brown, who we are going to be getting into.
No.
You don't see that happen. I just want to entertain that take because I like I said, I read it on Twitter.
No, we'll shut that down.
I don't see that.
No, we'll shut that down. No.
Him and Emmanuel Sanders don't like each other right now, so that's not going to happen.
I mean, that's not even the reason why. It just like... Again, if the Broncos are going to go all in on somebody, shouldn't it have been your quarterback? And you just got Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Yeah,
again, I like Flacco more than Keenum. I don't think Keenum was worth the money. I think it was dumb for them to bring him in the first place. Flacco, I prefer Flacco. I liked watching Flacco. I think he's a better quarterback. But it's not like you took a jump. The only reason I think it even is better is because it's a new face. Keenum, I feel like, has just no confidence in that team at all.
Is Flacco elite?
No.
Okay.
Is he below average? No.
Just because there was a joke years ago about whether or not he was elite, and you guys can look that up later. I'll post that on our social media. Like we did mention in that last segment, we mentioned Antonio Brown.
How do you not?
Right. Antonio Brown on his social media took to social media to announce that he is demanding a trade. He said, "Bye-bye. Thank you for the big 9 seasons." He's pretty much parting his ways.
Trying to. I mean, he's requesting a trade. I mean, it's not like they, have to, but at the same time, that locker room is pretty divided.
Yeah.
So, again, not that we want to go into it a whole lot. It is just information, more or less. It's kind of the same thing as Le'Veon. I mean, that Steelers locker room is just it's just drama at this point. But we're as excited to see him go somewhere as you guys are. So trust me, I loved him as a Steeler. I wish he would have been a Steeler his whole career just to watch him go deep for Big Ben. But hopefully he finds another quarterback.
Hopefully.
Trubisky or
you had to do that.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Kyler Murray if we draft him, But no, don't want to give that that AB conversation, necessarily too much clout. Just for the simple fact that they're the Kardashians of the NFL right now. That's just drama that we don't need on this show. But NBA, Ty, you had an interesting stat line in terms of James Harden recently, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah. Same thing as NFL. Again, we said before, NBA is just kind of in that chug situation. We're just about at the All-Star game, but you can't help but mention what's been going on with 1, James Harden, 2, Russell Westbrook, Paul George. There's a bunch of things going on.
Yeah.
We'll start with James Harden. He's streaking right now. He's got 30 straight games. 31 actually counting today's game. They're playing right now against the Timberwolves. So already put up 30. He has 31 straight games of at least 30 points, which is the second longest in NBA history behind, of course, the great Wilt Chamberlain, who put up over 60 straight games, but he had 50 points a game. So regardless, James Harden is putting a show on. You got to watch it just to watch it. He's going to lead the league in scoring. It's pretty official at this point, but he's not stopping. He doesn't want to stop. No. He wants the MVP. And
not only does he want the MVP, but like he's even pushing himself to get better. I shared a clip today where we all grew up watching And1 Mixtape Tour. He was studying dribbling moves with the professor
and Bone Collector.
Yeah, and Bone Collector. Oh, you saw the clip. Yeah, that's right. Of course, business page. Run the business page.
He's just gonna play with people.
Yeah,
he's just gonna play with people. He already breaks ankles. Imagine if he did it in a street league form.
He's willing to make himself that much better. And I love it. And especially with the step back three, the step back 3 attempts that we've talked about before. I did just want to highlight they did lose to Minnesota tonight in that.
James Harden put up 30 though.
Yeah, but James Harden, you still did your thing.
Honestly, the impressive thing about that is he might be putting up 30 points, but it's not like he's just 30 points and 2 assists or not passing the ball.
Right.
He assists on 40% of the plays on the team.
Exactly.
He has no problem passing the ball, sharing the ball, letting someone else score. He just doesn't miss. Puts up 30 every time.
And let's go back to what you just said. 40%. Okay, that's the number for assists. So that means that other players are scoring points for Houston. Let's not just make this all it's the James Harden show, kind of how Kobe had mentioned, him always having the ball in his hands. He's passing the ball.
He is. Again, it's beautiful basketball, bottom line. He has a lot of, solo isolation moves where, he just backs the entire team off and just breaks some dude's ankles. But regardless, it's something to watch. It's going to be remembered as one of the best offensive scoring seasons ever. So definitely want to tune into that if you aren't watching it.
6 rings is still harder. Hey, what Harden is still doing is impressive. I thought it was funny how Jordan joked about that, though, in the press conference. One to highlight, as long as we're talking about amazing feats in the NBA right now, as we're kind of, headed into All-Star Weekend to celebrating these guys' successes that they accomplished on the court. Russell Westbrook, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Russell Westbrook and Paul George became the first teammates in NBA history to each have a 20-point triple-double in a game. So
Paul George had 47.
Them two together.
47.
Ty, what's your take on that?
Not only that, that's impressive alone. I'm gonna go ahead and say, Paul George, you are the smartest, and that's awesome that he stayed. And it was a question whether or not he'd even stay in OKC, and he stayed, and he knew something because he's doing it right this year.
He's doing it.
He has a chance to be MVP. Again, Harden is so hard to catch, but Paul George is doing it. Again, Russell Westbrook's not just putting up triple-doubles once in a while, though. He's got 10 straight games of triple-doubles. So we know how Russell does. Paul George is on fire. If both of them can keep that going past All-Star break,
oh, yeah,
this Thunder team's hard to not see going deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, PG is
PG
doing,
puts up 40 on the Warriors. I mean,
he's doing his best right now to put himself in that same conversation of MVP this season because of what he's doing for OKC. Usually when we talk about OKC previous years, I know you and I have years of being friends. It's been Brody, Westbrook.
Again, Paul, I was so excited to see Paul George go there and knew that just that one-year contract was going to be dangerous. But whatever they said to him made him happy, made him comfortable. Russell is a good friend to him. Whatever it is, kudos to the Thunder for keeping PG around because he is having probably the best year of his career, even saying before he went down with that brutal ankle injury. So,
Yes, sir. But just wanted to make sure that we highlighted, some of those achievements that had taken place in the NBA this past week, recently. Also, All-Star Weekend is coming up.
I mean, it is All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, it is All-Star Weekend. Yeah, actually, thank you for correcting me on that.
There's a couple games tomorrow. Probably 6 or 7 teams have games tomorrow, and then All-Star break. So,
yep, it's officially here. Who are you most excited for in the slam dunk contest?
In the dunk contest, honestly, I'm gonna go with the returning non-champion, Dennis Smith.
I figured that. That's been the buzz everywhere.
I just think he just got traded. Mm-hmm. He's got something to live up to, and he was in it last year. I mean, it's not like he could have won it. He could have. He had some good dunks, but didn't. So I think now that he has a little experience, he'll come in and he'll do some work. I think
it's going to come down to him and Miles Bridges. You are going to have John Collins and Hamidou Diallo.
Watch out for John Collins. That's a big dude.
Yeah. I think it's really going to come down to him and Bridges, though, to Smith and Smith Jr.
It is a little bit harder for bigger dudes to, figure out dunks just because the windmill and everything's not as easy with the long length and everything. But I don't know. Dennis Smith Jr., it's just exciting to watch him because he's so small as a point guard. He's like 6'2", 6'3", maybe. He's not that big, and I think he's only like 6'1", actually. He's pretty small, but
I think this is gonna be another crazy one, similar to that Levine dunk contest. What was it? Levine versus
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
3-point contest. The Curry brothers are going to be going up against each other. That's interesting.
I hate that.
Really? Why?
I hate that.
Why? Do you feel like that?
Because Steph's gonna win now.
Oh yeah.
Steph's gonna try and beat his brother, and his brother's gonna make all but 3 shots.
Dirk is gonna be out there too.
So?
Kemba Walker's gonna be out there.
So? Keep going.
We get it. He's all in on Steph Curry.
No, keep going with somebody that I like. Devin Booker.
Danny Green, Devin Booker. Yeah,
Danny
Joe
Green
Harris
will not win it. Joe Harris will not win it.
So who do you got winning it?
Devin Booker.
I'm gonna take Curry in that one. Yeah, I like.
Just because I did whatever. Devin Booker.
He's Steph Curry with the pot, boy.
Honestly, those are the 2 usual ones everyone tries to catch. But check out the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. That's gonna be pretty good. That's a bunch of young guys. I know Tatum's in it. Everything like that. It's just speed, dribbling, passing, shooting. Just kind of a relay race, basically. So I'm always interested to see that.
Yeah, always interested. Luka Doncic, Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox. Skills Challenge is gonna be insane.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's your NBA All-Star.
Check out the celebrity game.
And then check out the celebrity game.
It's not really ever that good, but Quavo is going to put up 50.
And Famulos is going to be out there, so that's going to be dope.
That's on Friday. All these events are on Saturday. All-Star game's on Sunday. Events Saturday. And the celebrity is on Friday. So,
bang, bang.
Big weekend.
Tie with your NBA.
Big weekend. So, of course, that celebrity game going to be good, but in college news, obviously got some big college basketball games that were going on the last couple days.
Yes, sir.
Definitely had to mention them. So I know you had one of the games you wanted to start with, I think Kentucky, LSU?
Yeah. Okay. LSU, Kentucky, number 19. Yeah, buzzer beater for sure. OT buzzer beater. What's funny about this one, you actually texted me and you were like, bro, you need to hurry up and flip the channel.
I need to watch this.
Yeah.
I was watching it. I knew it was going to be close.
In regulation, Kavell Bigby Williams ended up tipping it in what would be a controversial buzzer beater. Ty, how did you feel about the way that game ended? I know that you were kind of up in arms about it.
Really the only reason it's a controversy is they were saying it was actually a shot clock violation. The ball never hit the rim. So after hitting the backboard and he tipped it in, they were saying it's past shot clock and he shouldn't have been able to tip it in. but obviously he beat the buzzer. I thought it was awesome. I mean, I was watching it live, and I mean, I was hype as all hell for whoever was winning it because I knew it was coming down to it. But I mean, to watch LSU win it like that was awesome. They went to the replay. Kentucky, all of Kentucky, they were in Kentucky. All of Kentucky fans thought that it was going to be redone. They were going to OT, and LSU pulled it out. So congrats to them. Kentucky better hit that regroup button. They're playing Virginia. So
now, one thing that I do want to mention with this is that by any means, am I considering LSU's a tough school? They're a tough team. They're tougher than any in every sport they've ever played. That's just the way that program is, their culture. With that being said, I'm not quite sure yet. I think, we have till March 19th to get this all in order in terms of the bracket. I'm not calling this team an early bracket buster this early. So I do just want to make sure I put this out. I think, like you said, because it was a controversial, in normal circumstances, I think UK comes out on top in this one.
I mean, it's not like it was controversial and them not. I mean, LSU played hard. They played the whole game. It's not like, they ever had to come back or they were up by a lot and Kentucky had to come back. Like, they played like a top 10 team. So
yeah, I mean, it was a tough back and forth battle. I just want to make sure that we do put it out there. I mean, they were a 19th seed.
Again, I'm in the same boat. I'm not saying that if they played again that they would beat Kentucky again, but a very well done game. So
now on the topic of bracket busters, Duke, number 2, Duke went to go visit number 16, Louisville. Okay. Now, we all know how I feel about Louisville.
And we're down by 9 at half.
This was atrocious. This was absolutely atrocious. How could, Enoch, you and them Louisville boys, how could you guys even let this happen? You guys were blowing them completely out the water.
You should have started with that. Duke down by 23,
24,
20
down by
24 points.
And you let it, down by 24, Zion had 4 fouls. 4 fouls.
In the second half.
In the second half. You let him come back into the game. Coach K tells Zion, looks Zion in the face, hey, I coach winners, not losers. Get out there and win me this game. He goes out there, okay, and in the last, 3 minutes, okay, puts up about 5 back-to-back layups against you guys. You guys didn't foul him out to get him off the floor. Enoch didn't knock down his three-point shots on the outside of the perimeter. This was just bad Louisville the way that it happened, because I do have you guys as a bracket buster this year. This should have been a game that you guys could have won because of how you were playing them. But when you have Zion Williamson, I guess any damn thing is possible.
I just think that they gave too much effort to start. I mean, again, they were in Louisville. All of Louisville was head over heels, expected it was over. It was over. 99.9% chance to win. We're up 20. Second half, it's over. It doesn't even, we hit the opening 3 of the second half. It doesn't even matter. And then just jaws dropped. You know, they just, as soon as they started to come back, there was nothing. It wasn't like a, try and get back into it. It was just deflating.
Like that LSU Kentucky defeat. If Louisville defeats Duke in this scenario, those could have been 2 big ones early on that could have rearranged the rankings really quick.
Hey, man. Kudos to Duke. Yep. Way to show you guys can come back. As a young freshman team to be down by 20 at half.
They're nasty. They're real. Duke is for real.
No, that was awesome.
So want to dive right into why is the rum always gone, ladies and gentlemen?
Shit, that could be it.
That would be a good one. I actually have something different. So, cheers to me. Cheers to you all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Ty, I'm going to let you lead it off, my dude.
I thought you had one. Whatever. All right, mine's real quick, real easy. The Chicago Bulls got the W tonight. Otto Porter, the newest Bull, putting in 37 and 10. The reason my rum is gone is because that is the first time the Bulls have won since December.
Nice. And then for my reason why the rum is always gone, FSU transfer DeAndre Francois. Okay, part of now my reason why the rum is always gone is because if you guys didn't read recently, he was into an argument with his now ex-girlfriend. They were going through some things. She had posted on Instagram as if this was some sort of an altercation that went physical. It did not. Costed him his career and potential future in the NFL. She did turn around right
3 months
after.
playing, he'll be fine.
Yeah, she did turn around after and apologize on Instagram. Made a long post apologizing to the family and stuff. The reason why my rum is always gone is because, listen, don't
do that to the boy.
Yeah, don't do things out of spite. Just because, you know, you wanted closure, as you say. You ruined a man's NFL career.
Wait till he had money. At least get money out of the dude.
Exactly. You could have waited.
You didn't hear me say that, though.
You could have waited if you were going to try and catch a bag, and now look at you. Now you don't even get the bag. So that's my reason why the rum is always gone. Pretty funny reason, actually, on Valentine's Day. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a terrible reason. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you guys for joining us. We love you. We appreciate you. We need you. Catch us actually later this week.
Can we get hearts going out of your ears for that one?
Was that? Oh yeah, that'd be dope. But catch us later this week. We got another show coming for you guys. Also, make sure you check me out on Council Sports. We're gonna be talking about the Rumboyz and how we built this up. Thank you guys for joining us.